Good morning and welcome to Mother's Monday live stream. I'm so glad you could join us today. Let me get to where I need to go here. All right. I am actually getting the hang of this technology, even though it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't look like it. Just so glad you could be here. Gear, it's lovely to have you, my dear. And for those of you that are new to my channel and to these live streams, I just want to say welcome. And I'm so glad that you're here. I love doing them. Being in service to Mother Mary. I never know how long I'm going to be doing something for, or when she's going to ask me to do something different, or to keep doing it, or to stop doing it, or I never know. And sometimes that can be challenging, but mostly I know that whatever direction Mother asks me to go in, it's going to be wonderful. I'm going to love doing it once I figure out the technology or whatever it is that's required for me to do it. And I'm going to enjoy doing it. I'm going to have that sense of peace and fulfillment and joy that comes from being of service. And so I'm bringing this up today, not because I think these live streams are going to end. I haven't gotten any indication from Mother that that's the case, but just, yeah, it just was on my mind today. And there are days when I fall back into believing that I should know, I should have it figured out. You know, where are my ambitions and where are my goals and what do I want? And there's all this I. And I forget that I'm in service to Mother and I'm co-creating with her. And so whatever my actions are, they need to flow from her will. And I know that may not sit right for some of you, because what's popular is, you know, you setting your goals, you deciding what your ambitions are. If you want to achieve something, you come up with a number, and that might work for you. And I need to remember that my path is different in this life. It's not like a lot of people's paths. And where your will might be a benefit for you, as in how you exert that will and how you channel it into your ambitions and what you want to create, it is a hindrance for me. And I tell you, that is, for someone like me who is very willful, that is a challenge. So I am really looking forward to School of Love this year, 2022. I can't believe it. Because I know that once I dive into the course and I really let her teachings sink in, and I'm doing the work, I'm writing in my love pages, I'm showing up, I'm doing the meditations, that is when I come right into alignment with Mother. That's when I'm resonating with her vibration. That's when all the I just falls away. And there's we, there's the one. And it brings me right back to the truth of my life, that my one real ambition is to serve Mother, and to serve her in the way that she wants me to serve rather than the way that I think I should serve, or all that stuff. And I'm also sharing this to just let you all know that even though I'm sitting here and I'm the channel, I am not walking on water. And I am not, I don't have it all together. And I am not living in constant serenity. But I have transformed what it feels like to me light years since I stepped on this path with Mother, and particularly since we started doing School of Love. There's something about that course that is, and I tell you, I wish I could put it into words, but what happens inside me, it still feels like a mystery every time. I have profound shifts and movements, and sometimes those movements are bringing me deeply into the parts of myself that are running scared and need my love and attention and my stillness and my willingness just to be with those parts of myself. And oh, I don't want that. I want like the quick fix. I want, I don't know, enlightenment in 28 days or 5 minutes to enlightenment, like I want fast food spirituality. And that has never worked for me. It has never satisfied me. It is that feeling of consuming empty calories. And I'm just becoming like bloated with that sort of wishful thinking, as opposed to just sitting down and coming into myself. No more running, just getting quiet and getting still with Mother, and being with myself, not from an I standpoint, but from the point of, I want to be with myself so that I can love myself. And in loving myself, I can be of service so much more effectively. In essence, like I'm good to go, so I can just get out of the way. And I don't need to worry about what I want or what I don't have or what I need. All that just falls away. And I can just show up and be of service with clarity and with serenity. So I'm so excited. And if any of you feel the desire to join us this year in School of Love, I put the link in the chat. It's so good to see all of you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all of you for sure. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you've been ill with COVID so long. Yes, absolutely. You let us all hold KM in our prayers and love today, for sure. Yes, sending all to you, my dear. And I hope that you can shake off the after effects of that virus, because it is a bear. So grateful to be fully vaccinated and living in a community where people take mask wearing, and they take into consideration that wearing a mask is being of service to people in the community who are immunocompromised, who are old and ill, and all the things that, it's just being of service. It's like, if me wearing a mask can prevent one person from becoming ill, it was worth it for 2 years to wear it. Like, That's what I mean by this spirit of service. Just because I might not get sick with COVID and have long-term 9-month problems, what can I do today uh, to make it so I don't give that to someone else, right? Because that's the service. Maybe my body doesn't need to become ill with COVID. I might get it, right? I might be a carrier for the virus. I might not get sick with it. So what can I do today to be of service to all the people around me and in my community? Like, that's where my mind goes. And that is at the heart of Mother's teachings. And I'm just so grateful, so grateful to be living in the heart of her teachings. I'm so sorry to hear that you have these terrible long-term effects from COVID. It is a devastating virus that just continues to cause problems for so many people. And yeah, and maybe that service is not getting the vaccine and just being isolated, just being isolated for however long it takes or whatever that means. But to stop and feel and ask the question, how can I be of service to others today in relation to this virus? What can I do for others? How can I serve my community best? And I think so many of us get so focused on me, like, should I get the vaccine, or should I wear masks, or should I do this, or should I do that? And it's like, well, wait a minute. What about how can I be of service? Like, what is your divine will, Mother, that I be of service to my community? And I think that is the deeper question. And I'm so glad that we are together. And I don't bring this up to stir up controversy. I'm just sort of making an example because Cam put it in the chat and shared that they are suffering with long-term. But it could be for anything, and getting out of that I and stepping into the we. That's where my happiness is. I don't pretend to say that that's anybody else's happiness. It's just mine. And that's why I'm so excited about School of Love, so that I get to be reminded of that. Like, I get to be in the we, and that's where my joy is. So with that, let's dive in. Hello, beloved ones. It is wonderful to be with you today. Just take a moment to feel the wonder of all who have gathered here to be a part of this moment with you. There is a flock of very loud helicopters passing over this home. Looks like they want to be a part of this moment as well. Your willingness to step into this moment with me is a gift that I give to you and a gift that you give to me. An exchange of gifts, an exchange of energy, a sharing of presence. And that, beloved ones, is at the heart of a beautiful life. Sharing one to another. Giving of yourself and allowing others to give to you. And this is why I wish to speak of love. I encourage each one of you to discover what love is to you, what it feels like, how you know when it's present, what are its qualities, and what you need love to be. I encourage you to stay open to love so that love can continually reveal itself to you more and more deeply. But let us answer the question, why? Why is love so important to human beings? Why does it matter? What is it about love that people continually seek? So what I'm about to say might go not so much against as if it's in opposition, but it may not follow conventional beliefs. Right? So love is not an emotion. Your emotions fall into 3 categories: happy, sad, angry. And there are thousands of words and nuances that fall under each of those categories. Right? But love is not an emotion. Love is felt like an emotion is felt, but it is not dependent on the human experience entirely. Emotions are something you experience when you are in a human body. So most other animals that also exist in your world, your ecosystem, don't experience emotions. They experience the sensations of events. They experience the sensation of communal enjoyment, of things like cuddling, or things like play, or they experience loss deeply, just as humans. And this is not all animals, but many do. They experience curiosity, right? These are all elements of being alive in a body, whether it's a human body or a dog body or a whale body. You are all busy experiencing different sensations. And depending on the body you have in this life, those sensations are filtered and experienced in a way that is unique to you. You can have some commonality in how you then express those experiences, but it's going to be different depending on the physical vibration that you hold in a particular life. But love is an energy. It is a presence. It is a gift that is given to this world, this reality, that allows you certain benefits. As a sentient being, as a sentient animal in this reality, on this world, the benefits of love are the most prominent, right? So you as a human are going to get the very most out of direct communion with the energy or presence of love. So love is not a particular entity, such as myself, right? It doesn't have a personality per se, but it does have qualities that are easily identifiable. This is why it has those qualities, because as a human, if you couldn't identify love easily, then you may just ignore it altogether. But love is necessary for human life. Why is that? Because you were given sentience, because that is what evolved into human beings and was given in the evolution, the creation of human beings. You have enormous power. And you all are living the consequences. And now the final acknowledgement and recognition of just how powerful you are within the ecosystem, within your world. And so you were given this presence, this energy of love, so that you would not destroy yourselves in the process of your existence. Love is your fail-safe. Love is what keeps you all together. Love is what shows you something better. Even when you are so filled with fear and doubt and confusion, anger, disappointment, resentment. When you allow love to show up in your life, when you open yourself to love, all of a sudden you feel inside yourself, there's another way. Something else is possible. Now, a few videos ago, I spoke about hate and what it is, right? That it is this pressure cooker of fear. And when the pressure is on, the repression of fear becomes so powerful, it becomes anger. It transforms into hate. When the anger becomes so big and there's no outlet for that anger, there's no resolution, there's no introduction of love, it becomes hate. But that is not how love works. Thank goodness, right? You don't have to pressure cook joy or happiness. You don't have to take happiness and put it in a pressure cooker and turn it into love. Love simply is. So if we just veer off a little bit and consider light, the white light of creation, that white light of being, that you all associate with individual entities such as myself, or all of Source, or you might call it God, your divine being, your higher power, whatever you call it, there is this association with light. That the shadow is driven or maintained by your fears, your loss of belief in that light, your feelings of separation and isolation. But the light, like the sunshine, it carries illumination. But light on its own is just too much, too strong, too powerful. It does not allow for the density of vibration it takes to be in a human body, for your light body to have a physical body, right? So you require that shadow, right? You need some shade from all that white light. But it cannot just be light and shadow. There must be some element that bridges the two, that binds them together, that behaves as a kind of glue or cement that sort of holds it all together. Because when you are in shadow, when you are in fear, when you are in doubt, when you feel isolated and alone and lonely, if you just let that pure white light sweep in, it would be too much. You would feel yourself coming apart and never being able to come back together. But love is what holds you together, individually and collectively. It is what helps the shadow and light regulate themselves within your life, so that one is released slowly, so that the other can be embraced slowly, so that you can maintain your existence in this world. So if I were to say to you, you are love, it is not that you are made of love. It's not that you are in fact the presence of love, but it is that you have dedicated your life to love. You have opened to love to such a degree that you are saturating your mind, your heart, your soul, your body, your being in love. So that it feels as if you are becoming one with love. But love is tricky, my children. It cannot be controlled. And when you open yourself to love, one of its greatest qualities is that it illuminates with light, in partnership with light. It illuminates what you need, what your deepest longings are, and not the ones that come from hungry ghost. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But what comes from the deeper yearning. When someone looks you in the eye, real eye contact, and says, what do you want? That's not the hungry ghost want, right? That is synonymous with your needs, your deep yearning within you. And it is only love that holds the power to release the bondage of self, to unwind your clenching, your clinging. It is love that gives you the ability to say yes to what your deepest want, need, and yearning is. The courage to set aside the hungry ghost wants that don't ever seem to be very fulfilling. But you also have known love long enough to know, to feel within you that wisdom within you, that love is not really interested in your hungry ghost wants that are fed and manufactured by your fears. Love is interested in bridging that gap between shadow and light, helping you to integrate into both. Love sweeps away the chatter, the clutter, the superfluous energy that you sometimes fill your lives with. But even as it's being swept away, you say, no, wait, that's not what I wanted. I want love to come and be this, and it has to fit in this box. But that is not love. That is your fears. So when I invited you to discover what love is to you, I don't mean for you to dive into that intellectually. That the mind can play a role, yes. But I'm asking you to step into the discovery of love from deep within you. Love will always support your deepest wants, your deepest needs, your deepest yearnings. Love will always show you the way to bring them to fruition, to manifestation. But that's the risk of being in love. You risk falling in love with love. You risk the recognition, the awakening that love is in fact what you yearn for, because you yearn to bring together your shadow and light. You yearn to be free within yourself. You yearn for the true essence of yourself to be the dominant force in your life. And all of that is the gift that love has for you. Will you say yes to that gift? Even just a little bit today? If you long to say yes with capital letters, to go more deeply into this power, so that it lives and breathes and is alive within you, and you need help and support with that, come and join me in School of Love this year. And I'll take care of the rest. Step into co-creation with love. Step into partnership, relationship with love. This is where your freedom lies, beloved ones. And I'll be with you every step of the way. I love you. Namaste. Oh. Mm. Well, that hit the spot today for sure. Oh, gear, beautiful. Yes, an invitation. Beautifully said. Thank you. Yes, Tiffany, I agree. Give Mary a thumbs up. Oh, yes, thank you, Ravenheart. If you love these videos, please, yes, subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up and share it. That is really how we share love with other people. One of the many, many ways is to say, hey, this really touched my heart today. And I want to share it with you. That's, from one to the next, one to the next. So if you feel drawn to share this video, please do. I think so too, Tiffany. Holly, yes, big yes. Big capital letters. I agree. Deborah, oh, beautiful to see you. Wonderful to have you here. And Joanna, Cindy, much love to you, my dear. And thank you all again for joining me. There is a few days left to register for School of Love 2022. And the link is in the chat if you'd like to be a part of that this year. It would be amazing, amazing to have you with us. Much love to all of you, and have a fantastic week. I will be doing my Mother's Daily Meditations starting tomorrow morning. So those are available for you as well. Take care.